Howdy hosers, Vector welcoming you back to the channel. I wanted to show you today my Gen 5 GLOCK 17 MOS. This is the 9mm GLOCK that's optics ready, so it has the cutout here. I just wanted to give you a quick look as to what to expect if you get one of these, what to look for, and some of the upgrades over the Gen 4 that you can expect to see. So first and foremost, the thing everyone's going to notice is that the finger grooves are obviously gone. They went back to a more traditional stipling, and they've eliminated the finger grooves. They've inserted a little bit of a groove up there. It's smooth. Really helps you get up in there. Kind of what you would see on a 1911 or a race gun is how they bezel that out there and make it nice and smooth. This one has the front serrations. I think some of them come without the front cocking serrations. I believe this is supposed to have a new match grade barrel. They claim it's match grade. I'll be honest, I haven't really noticed any difference with accuracy compared to my Gen 4. I typically shoot 10 to 15 yards, and you know, I can't tell the difference. So what I'll show you is what comes in the box, just so you know what to expect. Again, this is the MOS version. So this one came with 3 magazines. It comes with the MOS adapter plates. These are near diamond-like carbon finished. I believe that's what this is coated in. I think the old ones were Tenifer or something like that. So I've already taken out the one I need. We're going to be looking at an RMR footprint. The Trijicon or the Holosun, they both fit the RMR footprint. So I believe they have here the Dr. Optic and Vortex. So this comes with the pistol, so you don't have to worry about this. But I will point out one thing that kind of caught me off guard, that I was a little disappointed with when I first received this pistol. Comes with some back straps, interchangeable back straps. I believe I have the medium on right now, and then they have 2 that are a medium and a large that incorporate more of a beaver tail. I guess if you want to get up higher, and it prevents you from going too high to get slide bite. Comes with a cable lock, some reading material, a big manual, cleaning brush, the usual fanfare that you would find with one of these. So just move this aside for now. What I was referring to with the RMR is that the RMRs, if you're familiar with Trijicon, they come with an open bottom. So you see you've got your weather gasket there, and there's nothing really there to protect from the electronics sitting right on top of the steel. So what I found out the hard way is that you actually have to buy a Trijicon plate to install onto the GLOCK. So this wasn't too bad. I believe it was $30 Canadian. But you do need this to put it on to prevent your RMR from touching onto the steel directly. They claim it could harm your electronics. This one's actually the electronic-less version, but the same applies. You still need that sealing plate. I guess it keeps moisture out. So I mean, with the gun, there's nothing too new here. You know, maybe I'll do a quick takedown. So before we look at putting on the optic, I just wanted to show you the internals really quick. I should mention that I did swap out the stock sights. You could see that that's an Ameriglow front sight with matching rear, matching in the set. These are blacked out, and bright fiber optic green sight makes target acquisition extremely easy. Just really goes from target to target really quick. It just pops out, your eye picks it up really quick. For me personally, I find it much better than the stock white outline sights that the GLOCKs come with. I've never been able to shoot those well. I find that this is well worth the $60 that I paid for the upgrade, and I could show you how they come in and out. So here's the dual captive spring system. You can see it's a spring within a spring on the guide rod, and this really helps mitigate recoil extremely well. This comes stock, obviously, and well well thought out, much better than some of the other pistos that have a loose spring on a guide rod, much like SIGs. I prefer how Smith & Wesson, M&P, and the Glock series do it on this captive guide rod. Makes it much easier. So here's the match grade barrel. You can see that it's extremely wet right now. What I've been doing is, I actually haven't shot it with it, but I've tried this new ALG grease that's the sister company ALG Defense of Geisley, and they claim it's supposed to be really good. It's a very thin quadruple knot, very thin grease, so 4 zeros, I believe it's pronounced knot. Goes on thick, and it's supposed to stay where you put it. So you could see, I have no doubts that that's what it does. You could see where I've applied it. It's actually stayed put really nice, and they say that this is supposed to be really good in harsh weathers, and especially for concealed carry, because the grease doesn't migrate like an oil would. It stays where you put it. So I've decided to give it a shot. We'll see how it goes. I actually haven't shot it yet, but I'll give you a report once I do. Looks good. I've used the Go Juice oil. This one, extremely viscous. This goes into my ARs and runs like a top. You just put it in liberally, and this really keeps your AR going. So I have no reason to doubt that the grease is a good product. So what I wanted to point out here is the front sight post. You can see it right there. It's a little hexagon screw, and they have a special tool to screw that in and out for your front sight. So guys, here, I mean, you could see pretty much exactly what a Glock 4 would look like. They claim the barrel's match grade. I have no reason to doubt that it's better. I personally haven't noticed any difference, but you know, I'll take it if it's match grade. So reassembly is the same. Just slide, and you're good to go. So we'll just hop in right now and take this off. So there's 2 screws here, Torx wrench. I'm not sure which Torx it is. I have a fat wrench here. This is a torque wrench. I think I've got it set to 12 pounds right now, maybe 14, 12 or 14. Actually, maybe even 16. It's hard to tell. So we're just going to loosen these 2 screws. So this is the plate that the pistol comes with. This is just a retaining plate to cover up the open spot, and you can see that is perfectly cut out for all 4 adapters. So this here is the Glock adapter 2, and that corresponds with the RMR footprint. So we're just going to put this on and screw it in. And again, I think I've got this torqued down to about 15 or 16. So I wouldn't go any higher than that. I believe that's what the manual says. So you see it clicks. Once you hit that pressure, it clicks, and you'll notice that these screws do have a little bit of thread lock on them, so they should go in and stay put. I'm not going to add any more. I believe there's still plenty on there, and just in case I do want to go back and forth from optic to knot to open sights, it's not going to be a problem with it sticking. Alright, so now we've got the plate in place, and I'll just quickly show you the 2 optics that I'm debating between. So first we have the Holosun 507. As you can see, this has a nice EOTech-esque reticle. This will go between 65 MOA circle with a dot, to just a dot, to just a circle, and it also has a solar power panel for backup. So this actually is pretty intuitive in that you can run it on battery with fully adjustable up or down brightness, or you could put it in auto mode and the solar panel will pick up the light and will detect how much brightness you need. The good thing about this one is that it actually comes with an incorporated Picatinny rail. So this can go right onto a rail if you were running it on an AR. if you were running it on a pistol with a Picatinny top. Or you can take this off, it unscrews right there, and you can directly mount it to the RMR footprint. In comparison, here you've got the RMR. This is the fiber optic tritium combo. So this one doesn't have a battery, and this one is, I believe, the 9MOA green dot. Yeah, 9MOA green dot. So this one, you'll notice, has a much bigger dot, and I find that I want to try this one first because I really prefer that dot. I think I have a minor astigmatism where the dot on the Holosun, to me at least, appears a little bit fuzzy. So I'm going to try this one first, and we'll see how it goes. So again, just be cautious that if you are going to run an RMR, you will need to buy the separate sealing plate, and you will have to use the correct screws. I've already checked, these are the correct screws. If you go with the other ones, they actually go a little bit too far and could go, they'll either stick up or protrude too far in. So we're just gonna pop this on. So you can see it's already pre-cut to slide right in there. So I'll just push it right up against those two anchor points. The RMR will go on those anchor points, and then we'll just screw it in. And again, I'm going to use the 16-pound, same key. Again, I believe it's a Torx. There we go. Alright, so let's see. So there we go. We've got that installed. I don't know if you could see the dot. If not, I'll throw up some still pictures. But to me personally, I like that a little bit better. The sights I chose, not knowing that I was going to be running an optic so soon, are not suppressor height sights, so they will not co-witness. I've thought about it. I might upgrade them later, but for now, I'm more of a, it's either I'm running the RMR with the optic, I'm running the RMR optic, or I'm running irons, so I'm not too concerned right now with co-witnessing. But you could see the RMR sits really low. There is that sealing plate gap. I wish that wasn't as thick, so this could sit even lower. They say the lower it sits, the better. It really controls the bore axis and the recoil. But this is a pretty soft shooting gun. I don't find that it has too much recoil, so it's not too bad. So there it is, guys. There's the RMR on the GLOCK MOS. I think it looks great, super tough. These things you can rack it. The MOS platform is actually really functional. There's been a lot of reviews on torture testing it, and the screws hold well, and it seems to be tested, proven. So just in case you're wondering, the actual Trijicon part is Alpha Cobra 32064. And it's called the mounting kit fits GLOCK MOS. So that's for the RMR. I believe it'll work for the SRO or the MRO. And again, $30 Canadian. We'll see how this goes, and if I find that I prefer the Holosun, I know that this is another good optic that I was running on my AR, so I have no doubt that this would be up to the task. Just give you a look there. Another great one. This is the model. I'll just show you quickly. This is the HS507C. I believe they're onto the 508 now with a titanium hood. So the latest model is 508T, comes with a titanium hood, and I believe that comes in either red or green. So guys, there you have it, the GLOCK MOS running an RMR. I'll give you a update once I put a few rounds through it on both how the RMR functions and the go juice. We'll see how this goes on a pistol. Alright guys, hit me up if you have any questions. Let me know. Do me a favor, hit subscribe if you found the information useful, so I know if I should keep making these types of videos. And have a great day.